Today, we'll be doing our regular weekly one-on-one meeting. So uh, the first section is we'll discuss our personal and business best. So, what are your personal or business best for this week, sir?
Okay, so it has
Or
to
last week?
start from me. All right, you're the leader. Last week I mentioned about the AWS credits that was still in progress, and we got it. So we got $3,000 of credits.
Wow.
That will be about 1 year's worth of IT costs. So I'm pretty happy about it.
Yeah, good. That's great, sir. Okay, so that's uh, all about you or any other personal best?
Personal best, not really. Personal worst, I guess, a lot.
Okay. About me, if mine, maybe my personal best is that all the assignments and tasks are done, and also the final test and was is done.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, and I think that's all for last week. Actually, this is last week's meeting, right? So
Okay, that's good. So, is the sleeping getting better?
sleeping. Sorry,
Sleeping,
what is sleeping?
sleeping.
No, not actually, not really. Oh, still at 2 p.m. or 1 p.m.
Okay.
That's all about my personal best. And
Right.
I have business best. I don't think I have business best.
Okay. It's okay.
And the next section is doing the scorecard review.
All right.
Yeah. Actually, sir, can you give me example of the scorecard? What is score?
Okay. So there's actually you have the scorecard on the accountability chart. Okay. What's the accountability chart? So I will put it here. Okay. Drive. Okay, so I put it there. And if you open it, you get the accountability chart for you, and you can copy the things there to the scorecard review. If it's too small, then you will need to download the file first.
Oh. Yeah. How to? Okay. So download.
Okay. You can also share the screen so we can discuss it together.
I downloaded it, but it's very small. So when I zoom in,
Really?
it's blur.
It should be big if you download it.
It's a PDF.
Oh, really? It should be a PNG file, actually. Wait, let me try to. I can open it just fine here. Okay, so. Okay, so I guess I will delete this. Because it's not working.
I can open it in diagrams.net. It's really big, so I guess.
Okay.
I'll show it from diagram.net.
Okay, let me try about this one. Okay. Wait, there's a cat behind me.
It still requests
Really?
for.
Actually, it should be public now. Maybe try
No.
clicking again from the. Yeah, try. Only okay. Wait. Anyone?
Actually, I open it in diagram.net, sir. Can I just show it?
Okay, sure.
Diagram.
Maybe I think this would be.
Host disabled participant screen sharing.
Oh, okay. Need to allow this. The new Zoom. Okay, try again.
Okay. This it, sir?
Yep. Okay, try to find yours and
Okay. Yeah.
the
Here.
things below. Yeah. So these are your scorecards.
Okay.
So you can copy them. I think you can click. Oh, it's read only. Yeah. Yeah, maybe just retype it again in Notion.
Okay. All of them.
So from daily chatbot responses to weekly tech video and blog and handbook.
So check video and blog for article. Okay, answer.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can I have minutes there
things
for a while? My brother wants to enter the room.
Yep, that is correct. But I think you missed several scorecards. There are some that you haven't copied, like feature time to market and also precision, accuracy.
Okay. Accuracy. Precision. Recall. And F1 score. Okay, answer.
All right. Okay. So, well, now you feel each of them. Okay, maybe starting from the daily chat responses, that will be the number when the system has been deployed. That will be the number of responses that the chatbot has given to users. So I would say that.
But I haven't posted it, right, sir?
Yeah. If not, then you can put a 0 in there.
Like this?
Yeah. All right. And scenarios are the number of scenarios that you have handled based on the rocks. Okay, because there are several uh,
Oh,
scenarios, right?
is this on the chatbot or scenarios? Do you mean handled by the chatbot or?
Yeah, you can try open it. Yeah, on the chatbot, you can try to open the rock below and also share your screen, so we know what we are talking. Okay. 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 Click the convert one silver plan. I think the description of the scenarios that you plan, right? So let's see, is there anything below? All right, proposal, okay. All right. Yeah, I think these are the scenarios, right? So I think you plan for how many? 4 for user type 1 and 2 for user type 2. So that would be 6 scenarios, right, in total. So how many scenarios that are um, already complete in your opinion or in your evaluation?
Actually, sir, yesterday I tried to build the chatbot, but I'm still very confused. If you asked me to use like some word embedding or that type, so I'm confused whether actually I have to use Python. I mean, like Google Colab to or the Rasa platform, because learning like that is actually that I know. We built it using the Colaboratory, and I tried some in English first, but there are still some errors. That's
Okay.
why I haven't posted the video also, because
Oh,
I haven't done it. I'm still in progress because there are
okay.
some errors. So what do you mean by the word embedding? Is
Okay.
it using? Yeah.
Okay. So please put that on the issues list first about the word embedding, so we can discuss it later.
Okay,
Put it on
where is?
issues on the agenda, so you can go back to agenda. Right.
And also, I think the resources in Indonesian language in Indonesian is there are a very little resource.
Okay.
That's why I haven't see like blog post. I only ever see one blog post in Rasa in Indonesian language, and it is built using the Python directly, like the Google Collaborator. They use other platform, not Rasa.
Okay. So okay. So put that also on your issues list, so we can discuss that later.
Okay.
All right. So that will be the issues. So let's go back to scenarios. But the way this works is actually that you should already put the issues before the meeting. Okay. So you already put the issues, you already put the CQ before the meeting, so we can discuss it later. All right. So I would say how many scenarios that you think is already done based on the plan before. Just put a number in there. So
Based on the plan before.
yeah.
No.
That,
Do you mean
that is
the
already done.
chatbot like that?
Yeah, the chatbot that do you think, for example, scenario 1 is for replying greeting? Do you think it can
It's
already
still
do
one.
still 1? Okay, you can put 1 in there. All right. And about accuracy, have you done evaluation based on
No,
test?
because
All right. So
there's
you
still some
can,
errors.
okay, so you can put 0% in there just so that we know how to fill the scorecard every week. Okay, so basically the scorecard review is just filling the numbers, all right? Filling the numbers. Okay, so now feature time to market. Now we have to decide target. What date did you start here? Was it May 1st or May 4th?
May 1st, I think.
Okay, May 1st. So put that in a feature time to market since May 1st, 2020. Now, feature time to market is the number of days that the feature was first discussed to the first day that the feature is deployed to the server and users can use this feature. Okay, can use this chatbot. So, what do you think the your own target for the feature time to market? How many days?
It means that it is
Mm-hmm.
built to the server. Do you mean it is all the scenarios have done like that?
Well, yeah, all the scenarios, or at least the scenarios that you think it's good for MVP. MVP means minimum viable product. Okay, so if you plan 6, but you think that all right, maybe not 6, maybe 4, that is also okay as long as the 4 that you prioritize are then deployed and that users can use it. Okay. So the scope can change, but just decide when or how many days that you plan for the users to be able to use the chatbot.
Oh yeah, it means I have integrated to the system also, yes, sir.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe three, 2 to 3 weeks.
2
Three
to 3
weeks.
weeks. Okay. But that's since May 1st. Okay. So
Oh,
we are actually already in the 3rd week. So
third week.
that means, yeah, that means your time is 2 more
Oh
days.
no, no. Oh, since the first May, yeah.
Yeah, since May 1st. Okay, since May 1st. Actually, it's okay that you decide maybe 21 days, but then if it's not finished, then you will have to move the date back again, which is okay actually. It's just an experiment of not experiment, yeah. It's a practice. Okay, it's a practice. So you have experience to estimate the time of work.
Because that's the complete. I think maybe 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
Means
Okay.
by the end of this month, maybe.
All right. So 4 weeks, that means 29 days. Okay. 29 days, you can put the target is 29 days.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, okay, target is 29 days. And then you put the current score. So current score will be current date minus the since day. So you have a tracking.
What's there? Excuse. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Current
so 29 days is the target, right? But then what is the current state? The current state will be the number of days between May 1st and today.
19 days.
Okay. Actually, still 18,
Weird.
but 19 is okay. Just put
Where put
a
I?
colon after that, just like the ones above. Okay.
Oh,
So each one of the scorecard review is a number. Yeah, you can put that.
18 days.
Okay. All right. So that's how it is. And the next one is velocity. Velocity is simply the number of Git commits that you have during the last week.
Last week.
During the last week, how many Git commits did you
Oh, last
push
week.
to the Git repository?
I haven't pushed any Git.
Okay, so you can put 0 in there. Okay, and this one will be 1 if you have posted it, and 0 if not. Okay, so then we can discuss it later. All right, so that's it for the scorecard review, and we can move on to the next part.
The next part is rock review.
Mm-hmm.
On track or off track.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
So
basically what you say is that for this rock, you think that I'm on track or off track, okay? On or off, or basically, are you optimistic or pessimistic about it?
For this rock review,
Mm.
I think for I'm I'm still on track.
Mm.
I think,
Okay.
and I'm still um, sure that I can finish it.
All right. So other than the issues that you have put on the issues list, is there anything else that you want to discuss or other issues? Or that's it?
Okay, that's it.
All right. Okay, so we can move on to the next agenda.
Okay. So the next is customer or team member headlines, good or bad reports.
Mm-hmm.
So is this from you to me or?
Well, from everyone actually, but I would say that if one example, if for team member headlines, is that if you are having like a big problem, or maybe also a big nice thing, you can tell about it here. Or if you have an experience with the chatbot and with some conversation, uh, you can tell about it here. But if not, then we can skip this agenda for this time.
Okay, so mine is like the issues, the bad reports. Like there are still some errors. But yesterday I tried to build it in Indonesian language, but it's just like it's hard coded.
Okay.
When I tried to build it using the Rasa platform directly like that.
Okay.
But when I try using, and I saw some resources that uses the Google Colab, and it's actually still English, and they use like deep learning like LSTM, but it's actually still English. And when I try to build it, but there are still different dependencies, and I try to make it correct the dependencies, the library, but there's still errors like the bot only reply to the first message after we say after someone say something, the bot can reply like, great, how was your day? But after the user responds to the message, like the user says good, and the bot, it doesn't like go inside the list. I don't know why it happened like that, or actually that bot just maybe that bot just replied to the first message or just one message. I mean, or handle a single message. I don't know. I am kind of confused at that.
Okay. All right. I would say that's good. Can you write a summary about it? Maybe just one sentence.
But so it's yeah. So it's bad reports then.
Mm-hmm.
The bot.
And that will be an issue, but you already put the issue below, so just write the summary there. Okay.
Okay, done.
Okay, so we're done on this agenda. So can move on to the next agenda.
Okay, the to-do list.
Mm-hmm.
Set up Rasa. So the to-do list this is actually for last week.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So this scorecard on next week's meeting agenda is done.
Yeah, you just done it today.
Yeah,
Okay.
just done it today. Set up Rasa in Indonesian language. It's still actually it can speak in Indonesian, but I think it's just like hard coded. It's not like
Okay.
only if else. I think that's so I'm confused. This
Okay.
chatbot actually works like that.
Okay.
So is this um like is this done? So is that like
I don't
dianggap, how
know
do you
because
say it?
I don't have something to review, so that will be your own
Oh,
decision whether it's done or not.
it replied in Indonesian language, sir, but
Mm.
like I think it's just like hard coded like that.
Mm.
I
Okay.
haven't learned about the word embedding. So
Okay.
is that dianggap like the task is done in Indonesian language?
Well, okay, but uh, so it can receive input in Indonesian,
Yes.
and okay, if that's done, then you can check it.
Yeah, but not
But
all the conversation. Like I haven't set up all the scenarios.
oh,
There's still some
right.
errors like that. Some errors.
Okay, that's another issue about errors, right? Okay, so next to do.
Initial chatbot, yeah, I tried,
Mm-hmm.
but there are still some errors.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so
So this
errors will be
haven't.
another issue. Okay.
So this is we left it checked or unchecked, sir?
Mm, well, if you have tried it and basically it works, then you can check it. But if you think it's still not working as you want, then you can leave it unchecked so we can review next week.
Draw the sales chatbot. Chatbot.
Okay.
Okay, I think I did
Mm-hmm.
draw, but I don't know if you've seen it or you
Okay.
reviewed it.
No, I haven't. So please open it now.
Okay. Okay.
But I cannot see it.
Oh,
Perhaps you need to share the screen.
okay. Okay.
Okay, that's nice. Okay.
But
Hi,
there's
right.
it's only two. It's still too convo. I don't know about like the most frequently asked questions.
I would
I
say that's
haven't know about.
yeah, I would say that would be um, I mean we can expand more questions in the future. I would say that the most priority at this moment is to getting the initial MVP or yeah the initial implementation of the chatbot working with uh, at least one or two scenarios, that you can test. Okay, you can test on your own, and then after the testing is done, you can measure. Okay, you can measure the accuracy of the responses based on what you already expect. Okay, based on what you already expect, and then after that, we can integrate with the system and integrate with the uh, messenger channel, for example, Facebook or Instagram. And I would say that will be the most important priority before expanding the number of scenarios. Okay, so if you get one scenario running well, for example, this scenario of offering the user, I would say that's already very good progress. Yeah, uh, before expanding other kinds of scenarios, handling when user not answering exactly the way the bot wanted, that will be another uh, yeah, that will be another work. Okay, that will be another work. But for the initial version, I would say the most important priority would be to get the simple scenario working with the words that you have described here in the conversation flow. Okay, because there will be other issues like integrating with the system, with the database, and also integrating with either Facebook or Instagram. Okay, so I would say this is also already a good flow. Okay.
Sure.
Mhm.
So there are two silver plan packets like that
Yes,
that you
it's
sent me.
just basically just on the time duration.
So there's no plan for per month like that, only for 3 or 6 months.
Yeah, currently the minimum is 6 months, and then 3 months, and then 6 months. Hopefully there will be a 1 year, but for now, because but that can change at any time. Okay, I would say that based on the chatbot flow itself, the most important would be the flow, because then the rest of the things can be changed at any time. Okay, that's good.
Oh yeah, but can I have the link to the like panduan pembayaran?
Yeah, actually, the link is the link that I have given you, https://activation. So user can just click there and then uh, click on the chosen package and pay. Okay, so I would say that when the bot has given the link, then the bot's job is basically done. Yeah, basically done. And then the next will be just to follow up. But I would say that at this point, it's already a very good progress of the bot. If the bot can manage from having a user or having a non-user, just a visitor, and then the bot can get the user to sign up, and then from sign up, the bot can get the user to get interested on the packages, and then the user can answer, okay, I want this plan, and then after that, the bot gives you the URL. Okay, the URL is the one I gave you here. It's the activation one. Where is it? Oh, I didn't give the link, right?
You didn't send me a
Okay,
link.
I will send the link now. I'll also put it in Notion. I only gave you screenshots, right? Okay, so I would put this on. Okay.
The link for pembayaran, sir.
Yeah.
This is the link.
Okay. Okay. So I also put it on Notion. Yeah. Actually,
But I see
yeah.
that this is sign in
Yeah, because the user needs to sign in
login
first.
page.
after user signs in, then it will be they will be able to see the. Actually, it's the same page as what I have shared you a screenshot.
Okay, okay. But,
I would say that you can just give the activation link directly, because then the user will, if the user is already logged in, they don't need to log in again.
Oh.
So the assumption is when the user is chatting with the bot, usually the user is logged in. And even if the user is not logged in, then he will need to log in. By clicking on the activation link, the user will be able to log in first, and then it will be directed to the activation link. So just give the activation link, it's okay.
Activation link.
Activation link that I gave you, yeah, the one in the that I shared in the chat or in Notion.
Oh, wait. But that's the login, right, sir? So that's a sign-in link.
Not really. It gets redirected. Okay, it gets redirected.
Oh.
So you need to like copy paste the actual link.
Oh, okay, okay.
Don't click it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. All right. Okay, that's good.
So this is also no.
Yep. I would say this is good for the initial version. If you can get this done, actually working, yeah, that is already very good. So now the job will be okay. So from this conversation flow, let's get it working.
So this is the conversation flow, yeah. So this is chat.
Okay.
Design diagram or customer journey.
Okay. Do you also draw
It's also the same.
Huh?
Oh, I haven't drawn the BPMN.
Okay, so I would say that will be a to-do for next week for the BPMN process.
The BPMN process is the same like the conversation flow. Is the like the every activity, or
it's actually a bit different, because the BPMN process will need to model the integration with the system. Okay, so it will need to model like things like accessing the database, checking whether the user is in the database, and so on. While the conversation flow is more about the user and the chatbot. Okay, for example, if you talk to a bank customer service, the conversation flow goes like, okay, what is your name, what is your birth date, and so on, and then you answer, and after that the customer service staff will say, baik, kami cek dulu datanya ya, mohon menunggu. Okay, the customer service will do that. And from your point of view, the customer service staff just says that, and then a few minutes later, she says again, oke, terima kasih, datanya sudah kami cek, jadi begini, Kak Angela, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but actually, there is a process when she said, mohon tunggu dulu ya. There's actually a process behind that, right? There's a process when okay, so the customer service staff needs to check the account, needs to check that, and maybe yeah, other things that integration with the system, something like that, and also update the chatbot database to link the user ID with the user in the chatbot database, something like that.
Oh, okay.
And it will not be like, okay, for example, in the conversation flow, you have things like after iya saya berminat, and then the conversation flow goes like, dengan silver membership Anda akan dibantu blah blah blah. That's a long one, right? But in the BPMN, that will be just as simple as describe silver membership like pricing, something like that. It's not detailed like what is the actual words to be said now. So it's more focused on the process instead of the exact words that are being said or received by them. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can put that on the to-do. Don't worry if you, I will review the BPMN diagram. But currently the conversation flow is good. This is exactly what I'm expecting, okay?
To do
Yeah.
here, conclude.
Yeah, on point 8. You can add that after the recap as a to-do list.
This one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, maybe make it specific by putting the BPMN diagram just to be explicit. So it's really not the UX but the BPMN. All right.
Oh,
Okay,
this should be, yeah, okay.
You can go back to to-do list review.
And then weekly video and blog post, I haven't done it because actually
Okay.
there's some errors.
Okay. So we can move on to the next agenda.
So the next agenda is 7 days ahead calendar review. So what is this, sir? Is this like the to-do list or?
This is usually for events, but we don't really have an event at this point,
Oh,
so
yeah,
we can move on.
Okay. And the next agenda is discussing the issues list. So these are some issues I found. The first one that I really want to ask, so should I build it using the Rasa platform or like Python directly build it, like using Colab or Jupyter notebook like that?
Okay. Where is the question?
Oh, I haven't read it here.
Okay, so you should write it. Is it part of one issue or is it a different issue?
Actually, I think that is different.
Okay.
How do I write that issue? Like,
yeah, you can type the exact question that you answered before. Yeah.
Or as a platform. Okay.
All right. So I would say I would prioritize the number 2 first. That are errors.
Oh.
So your blog report or your video report does not have to be something that are successful. Okay. So you can just say, or you can just show what you've been trying to do. And for example, because it is hard to review when you are simply saying it in oral, right? Or even in writing, because you need to show, okay, so what is the problem? Which one is the Python notebook one and which one is the Rasa platform one, and what are the errors that you you have encountered. Okay, so it is also an important process to be able to show your errors. Okay, so yeah, Firhan already did that before. So last week he posted a video, basically a failure video. Okay, so basically he did, okay, I'm trying this, and in theory this should work, in theory this should work, and blah blah blah, but this is the error, I cannot get it to work. Show the code and so on, and that's good, that is very good. So actually that would be the one that I expected you to show, but because you didn't, let's discuss it now. So please show what you mean by errors right now. So okay, for next week, it doesn't have to be a successful video. Okay, it does not have to be a successful video. It can also be a experiment video where you show, I wanted this to work, but there are errors and so on.
Okay, wait, sir. I'll try to. But this is still. Wait. This is still using the Rasa platform. So so
So the errors that you have been getting, are the errors from Rasa platform or errors from
this one is Rasa
Google
platform.
Mm-hmm.
But the Google Colab also. But the Google Colab is still in English. It's just like trying. So first in English with the existing resource, and then I'll try to change it to Indonesia later. I mean like that. But there are actually still some errors. But first I'll show you the Rasa platform one.
Okay. So how do you feel about the last week's progress?
Actually, because I actually just implement this yesterday, sir. Because last week I've been busy doing the tugas besar for recommender system. So
okay.
these are like maybe this. Okay, I'll share. Now there are these are the bot like hi, then it can reply sudah menjadi member like, but there are error here like an intent which is not defined in the domain. But I think I have defined it before, and I haven't handled for like saving it the name like that.
Okay.
And actually we can save the name in Rasa like. Nah, I haven't handled it because I'm still trying to find more resource that I can understand it better.
Okay.
The thing that okay. Let's see. Okay, that is about the Rasa platform.
I think you should share the screen because I cannot see what you are actually. What do you really want to show? I think you need to share the screen. So if you switch windows, then or maybe the source code or something that it's possible for me to look at it.
Where do I screen? How do you share all screen? Oh yeah, this one.
There are options. I think that's the first.
But actually here I have defined. I don't know if actually every conversation like sudah atau udah like that we should write it to an intent or not. Like can we define it directly? Actually I've defined it here, but They say intent could not be found in the feature map.
Okay, so that's a domain.
Domain stories. This is member konfirmasi member intent. Also maybe the intent. Oh yeah, I should write it here. But here it is, mengkonfirmasi. Oh yeah, I changed the name. Okay, get it. But here I haven't handled like saving the name and I am also confused. Should we save all the conversation actually? Like even like simple word like sudah, should we save it?
Okay. Whether this needs to be saved or not, I would say that what needs to be saved is after there is a useful information. For example, just sudah, what needs to be saved is after the user gives the details, right? I would say that that will be more appropriate, because that will be like one conversation. The user will not go anywhere. Okay, but if you want to save it at this point, that's also okay, so that the bot will not need to repeat the question again. Okay. But let's go back to the original issue about the intent not in domain. So try that again and explain what you did if the issue is gone. Okay. So try that again.
I'll try to change. Maybe this is what they mean by like this, yeah. I don't know if actually every conversation should be written like this. Domain stories. Okay. Try to stop. So, sir, should I build it using the Rasa platform or like Python notebook?
Not yet. I don't know yet. So the point, the current point is that you show first. Okay.
Okay.
You show first. So this is what I think you should have done in the video. Okay, you show. So this is what the Rasa does, and this wasn't the. Okay.
Policy. Why is the policies? But I don't know, how do I, like you asked me to build or to learn some word embeddings. Is that possible?
Okay.
In Indonesia, I don't know whether I can build it here. I mean, in Rasa platform, how do I build it in here?
Okay,
like
we will discuss that later. Okay, one by one.
Okay.
I think I have to be careful with you.
Why, sir?
Yeah, because there is something is called trade-off. Yeah, so there are things that are need to. It's required to be done, and there are things that are like desirable. But if it's too hard, too difficult, then it's okay to let it go. Okay, as long as the primary objectives are filled. So now no more warnings.
Oh yeah, okay, okay, no more.
Previously.
But I actually haven't know how to save it, the name later and to database, so I'll learn more.
Okay, so please put that on the Notion. Find out how to save the name. So basically, after the user says that Angela, then that means the chatbot now should be able to say, baik Kak Angela, okay, and use that name for all the needs.
Important attributes
Yeah,
like this:
yeah. Okay, for example, name, you can put that.
name, email, phone number.
Yeah. So if you can save that to a variable in Rasa, then that means it can be used in the conversation flow, and also maybe after you get better progress, you can integrate with the system. Okay. But the first step would be to be able to get the attribute and then to use it in the conversation flow before integrating with external system. Okay, so please explain what you did so that the warning is not there anymore.
I changed. So yesterday maybe I changed the name of the instance, but I forgot to change it in the domain. And also, yeah, I haven't defined it in the domain. But this haven't like deployed. How do you say? Can I say in bahasa like?
Okay.
Like ini belum terintegrasi dengan NLU like that. It's still like, you know, you see this like still hard coded, right?
Okay.
So like the bot only understand that the message is how to say sama persis like this. Like, it have the bot haven't been able to like if there are typos or what haven't handled that. And if I'm not mistaken, from what I understand, like NLU, that's why we use like we need like they are training like using models like the word embedding and like that to solve that kind of problem. So but I also haven't know what word embedding can be used for Indonesian, because there's still very little resources that I see about the Rasa building in Indonesian language. I only see one blog post and it's not very clear actually.
Okay. All right. So so that's why you've been trying to compare Rasa with an alternative, for example, using the Python program. Okay. So
Yes.
I would say that this is already very good. Okay. I would say that this is already very good. But let's see how the Google Colab Python code works.
But this is actually in English, so I still copy it.
Okay.
But yesterday there are still some errors. Like the bot, it's actually Rasa also. Here I added. This one is still no NLU. Nah, I try, but it when actually in the like documentation I read the Rasa documentation, this version that I use, like actually even in the source code they are using this like handle text to reply, but here it can't like the how to say can I just speak bahasa about this?
Okay.
Okay. Kayak this version kayaknya gak ada library ini, padahal di dokumentasinya it's clear that this function handle text is there. So and you see that this replies with like and there's circuit breaker trip. That's why like it's still very confusing, but they can actually learn later on. And there's an like here is we can train the NLU model using like the what we want like that. That's why I think should I build it or the word embedding with also integrating it with Python notebook or no like that. That's why I'm yesterday very confused. Like
Mm.
what actually should I use? Okay, like that.
Okay.
What
Are you,
platforms should I?
do you feel stressed about this?
I don't know if I actually how do you say it, make it more kayak membuat overcomplicated it, or actually you just ask me to at least your bot can respond to some message, or should actually I use some like deep learning models then it
Yeah. That's why I said that I should be careful with you. I think it's easy to make you overthink something. Um, okay, so I don't know. Maybe this will be like a mentoring on how to make step by step or baby step progress. Okay, baby step progress. Okay, it's nice to like have a vision of okay that will be the great end result or something. Okay, but the philosophy is that even the largest tallest building in the world starts with a simple batu bata or something. Yeah, so I would say that uh, it's nice if you want to learn how to make the NLU work, but okay, for example, the screen that is in front of you, talking to the bot, no NLU. Do you think it
this is
works?
not
Does it
no
work?
not really.
Not really. So what is the expected? So try to run this piece of code again. This one, your bot is ready
It
to
means I
start.
have to install it from the first.
Oh, I see. So you have to run it again. Okay,
Is it okay?
but does it take a long time? But okay, so just explain what should happen. Why did you say that it's not working as intended? The one
So
that
I expect
talking
it,
to them. Mm-hmm.
yeah, no NLU will be like this, the Rasa shell, like it can respond to like every message
Mm-hmm.
that is defined in the domain like that,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Okay.
but here, actually, yesterday it can reply like, "Hey, uh, how are you? Great, how are you?" Like that. But
Mm-hmm.
only to the first message. Like when I say hi, they only reply to the first message, and then
Mm-hmm.
the next message I input here
Mm-hmm.
is not read. Actually, I try to print it or what. Yeah, it's not
Mm-hmm.
actually read. It's only the first message that they read and they respond to it like that. Now I thought it supposed to work like the Rasa shell, like every input it can reply to every input, but no, it doesn't reply to the second message. Like this one, it replied right, sir. Like
Mm-hmm.
udah after udah, it can ask again now. Like yesterday, this bot does not ask again like that. So that time, yeah, I'm kind of stressed. How can I try as many ways?
Okay, you sound like a Singaporean, Okay, but yeah, um, I have several. I have several guesses. Maybe one reason is because input doesn't really work in Google Colab. Maybe, but
Oh, oh,
uh,
sure.
mhm,
But I tried to print the input, so
mhm,
I see it. Can the
mhm.
input be saved to this variable, right? And it is
Okay,
safe actually.
so the input
So
is
I don't
working.
think the input is
Mm,
okay because
okay.
I try to print it in every iteration, right?
Mm.
Is the input can be saved? I print the a variable here.
Okay, so
It
the
actually
input is
works.
working, but the problem is the response is
Mm-hmm.
not the correct response based on the input, right? All right.
Yeah.
So I would say that you should put that on the to do. Try this again and document it this time, so um, I can take a look at it. If you just describe it, then Yeah, it's hard for me
Sorry.
to
Okay.
diagnose. So you should put
Sir,
next week. Hello?
it's actually like you freeze. I can hear what you said before.
Okay, test, test. Yeah. Hello, hello. Test, test.
Sir, can you hear
Hello?
me? Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay. I
Okay,
didn't
so,
hear you before, sir.
okay.
I'm
So please
sorry.
put on your to-do that you should try this again, but document it. Okay, record it on video, so I can know what's going on. Okay, I can know what's going on. At least the no NLU part. Okay, because it should work the same, whether it's using Rasa NLU or whether it's using Rasa shell. Okay, Rasa shell and the Python code, it should be the same because it's using the exact same library. You try this again and then you record on your video. So if you maybe the experience will be better, or maybe if it still has an error or incorrect response, I can try to diagnose. When you get integrating with the messenger
Database.
and so on, then I would say that you will need to know how to use the Rasa API from Python. That is my guess. Okay, that is my guess.
Okay. Yeah, I think like that also, sir. That's why
Hmm.
yesterday I think like how can I um how do you say it, integrate it with other like platform? I think I should use the Python API. That's why I tried to build it using Python.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
still not working.
Can you take a long deep breath?
Okay.
No,
So that is from
that's a serious request. Right. I think if that makes you stressed with the Python one, I would say for next week, just experiment with the Rasa platform and find out how to save the imported attribute first. And I would say that's it. Okay, that's it for next week. You don't have to learn the API on how to use Python code. That's okay. So
But how will I integrate it later?
yeah,
I do learn.
that will be next week's problem. You know,
Okay.
because I would say that one issue is when you put all of the problems in 1 week or 1 day, then you feel stressed. Okay, you feel stressed and frustrated. Oh, this is not working. That's not working. That's not working. Um, I would say I'm not stressed. I'm not stressed that that's not working and so on. Okay, for example, actually today you already solved one issue. You said that the
Yeah.
Rasa platform is not working. There is this error, and then hey, I renamed this internet. I have not updated the internet. Then we updated, and it's working again. There's no warning and there's no error. So that's good progress. Okay, so every progress is a good progress. So I
Actually, because that's why I stopped using the Rasa. Yesterday, I just tried Rasa platform for a bit, like right, like maybe for a while. I just changed like the domain layer, and then I saw some tutorials. It's all using the Python API, right? That's why I move, and then I don't solve it again. the rest, but the errors in the Python notebook, yeah, kind of make me stress. That's why I don't go back to the Rasa platform and build it again. I should have just maybe use the Rasa platform first, sir. Then
yeah
maybe move to the Python API, like one
yeah
by one.
yeah or you can contact me and put a screenshot or uh, yeah, basically the video is a communication medium, right? The video is a communication medium so that you can tell me what are your problems are, and that is actually much more effective than saying. Okay, but saying is much better than silence. Okay.
Okay.
So that's actually the purpose of a weekly video. Actually, you don't have to just one video. If you want to send me a screenshot to the chat or anything at any time, well, feel free. Okay, so who knows, I am able to diagnose the issue or so something like that. Okay.
Okay.
And actually my primary issue at this time is how to prevent you from burning out and feel frustrated. I
Okay.
think one way is to have you like just a single task for 1 week, uh, because I my intention of having several to-dos in 1 week is that you focus on the most important to-do first, and if that gets done, you can do the next, and if that gets done, you can do the next. But even if there are issues in any of the to-dos, you just report. Okay, you just report. So that's 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 how the internship works, in my opinion. So it's a way of learning. uh, so it should be more about the learning experience instead of, oh, I need to make this successful and win an award or something. No, it's not. It's more about the learning experience. It's more
Okay.
about, practicing communication between you and your manager, maybe me. Okay, so um, I would say this is the main issue for today's meeting. Yeah, not a technical one. It's more about the
Okay.
working the working style, or maybe the working culture or working mechanism. So uh, if you work as an employee someday and you have a boss, you will need to be able to express uh, the things that you experience, whether there are problems, and let the boss know. Okay, that let your manager know, I have some issues with this, and so on. Okay, and one way that I say it's very effective is if you record the video of the problems, and then your manager can see it, so he or she can evaluate. Or if he or she is a non-technical person, then I think that your manager will say something that I said before. Okay, let's just get this without NLU, without word embedding, just a simple. Okay, let's just assume that the user types exactly that you want. Okay, let's just get this done and get it integrated with the system, get it integrated with PMN and Facebook or Instagram, and try it, see if it works. Okay, so because it seems
Okay.
like working. So
Okay.
I hope I can say that, Angela, please don't be stressful, but I don't know how to make you unstressed. It seems that I am the source of your stress.
No, sir. It's me. It's myself that may be overcomplicated
Yeah.
the task you gave to me.
So yeah, I can imagine that you said before that you feel competitive with other people that are doing better than you, have a better score, a better rank. Yeah, it it shows. It shows. You're not competing with anyone here, and you're already stressed. So I mean, I don't know why. I mean, hey, it's okay. It's okay to have an error. It's okay to not get it done the first time. Uh, yeah. So
Okay.
so on the issues list, Python notebook or Rasa platform. So you want me to decide? Okay, my decision is just use Rasa platform at this time and try to get the conversation flows working. Integration, we will think about it later after you can get, like the whole conversation flow from the start to the end. Okay, it's like you can guide the bot to assume that you are from no longer a user, and you sign up as a user, and then you can say, okay, my email is this, my name is this, my username is this. And even that you do not integrate with the system, just make Rasa platform. I think there is some scripting or something that, okay, you can save that variable and trust the user, okay, that the user gives the correct answer. Uh, and then move on to the next conversation flow, asking the user to upgrade. The user can answer, okay, I want choice number 1, and then the bot replies with the activation link, and that's it. That's done.
Okay.
And after that's done, then we can then move on to the next part that will be integrating.
Okay.
Does that make you feel better or still stressed?
Better.
Okay.
Okay.
And also, okay, so that I think that solved the first issue about Python Notebook and Rasa platform. And the second one about
Errors.
errors. Errors on the Rasa platform, I think that's already done. Error on the Python Notebook, maybe we'll discuss someday when we get to that. And about word embedding, I would say the answer is the same. If you think that makes you stressful, it's not a priority at this time. It was just like, I like to throw ideas, okay? Okay, try to, yeah, the keyword is try, okay? Try to find out what it, like evaluate how difficult it is to have like word embedding or real NLU, yeah. Like
Yeah.
real
Okay.
NLU in it, okay? It's like we just type like sudah in the domain or the intent, and then in some way, like magically by training or by a lookup table or any kind of model that NLU has a feature, and then it makes it the Rasa platform able to, maybe user says not sudah but user says yeah, that's the same thing, right? Or maybe user says other kind of answer. But this is not a priority at this point. If you say that this seems to be difficult, okay, uh, we'll get to that later someday. Okay.
Okay.
And you said that there are little resources of Rasa in Indonesian language. I would say that is both a problem and an opportunity.
Yeah, I can write a blog post about it
Yeah, but
or video.
yeah, but that's that if it makes you feel enjoyable. But if it makes you feel stressful, then that's not a good idea. That's not a good idea. So what I mean is that for you, resources of Rasa for Indonesian language will be very, very valuable, right? If
Yeah.
there are such resources. So that means if not today, okay, not this week, not next week, someday, if someday you are able to create or write resources of Rasa for Indonesian language NLU, then that means a lot of people will be very thankful to you because they are
Yeah.
looking the same. Okay.
Yeah, I think
Looking
about it
everywhere.
yesterday. I
Yeah.
thought about it yesterday. If I can
Hmm.
generate it or make it good,
Hmm.
and somebody would thank me because I think it's
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
little
Not
there are little resource.
yeah. Not only thank you, but that will be a very good candidate or a very good material for again a conference paper because as you see, if you cannot find resources for that, then that means that will be a good candidate for paper, because papers and journals like things that are not there yet. Okay, it's not there in the world. So if you make that, if you write about it, then that means you are like the first one. Okay, maybe it's, if you say little, then that means there are a few resources for Indonesian, but not complete, not comprehensive, not easy to understand, not easy to implement. Okay, if someone can make that, maybe you, Angela Marpaung, then yeah, the world will be thankful to you. Yeah, I will be thankful to you. Okay, but
Okay.
Please don't make that a stressful target for you. Okay, please don't make that.
Okay.
Let's just move on with the Rasa using intents, the simple intents, just to get the chatbot working the first time. And yeah, after this meeting, I will need to have some thinking for myself on how to prevent that from happening to you again in the future. All right. So anything you'd like to discuss on the issues list? Or that's it?
I think it's enough, sir. That's it.
Okay.
Okay, so now we move on to other agenda. Shall we, sir?
Okay.
Okay, now is the time to recap the to-do list for next week's meeting. That is to do the BPM and diagram and find out how to save important attributes and make a video blog post about it.
I would say the errors in Python, you should remove that. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Make it more stressful.
Okay.
And make a video blog post about Rasa. I would say
actually it's not that stressful like that. Actually, it's not like what you think that I'm stressful like that. No. Yeah, I just like yesterday, like when I see when I tried for like maybe 2 or 3 hours, yeah. Udah, and then and then I just like I stopped because I but not that stressful, like not that stressful.
Okay, that's good.
I think if you really want me, I still can maybe make a video about it, like talking about the errors. I think it's not a problem, see. So.
Well, I would say it's up to you. Yeah, I would say it's up to you. I would say that because I have priorities. So the topmost priority is getting the Rasa platform to be able to do the conversation flow as you have diagram in diagram.net. Very good diagram. Very nice. And then how to save the attribute. Okay, because I'm very sure that Rasa can do it. If Rasa cannot save the name of the user,
yeah,
that's like
it
yeah, so it should be able.
I ever read about it. I think it's like slots like that, but I haven't implemented in the Rasa platform. But I think it can save it in slot like that, slots.
Yeah, so that's the priority. And about the errors,
sir, or maybe that one. Like this, we can save it in slots, but I don't know how to. I ever read about it. Yeah, like they save it in slots, but I'm so confused about how to call it again because we want to like say to our customer, example, Ka Angela like that. Can we save it? Wait, do I mix my English? We save the name.
It's okay.
We save the name Angela in attribute, and then we'll call the attribute again, right? So that maybe is still that I want to find out how I can call the attributes.
Okay.
Again.
Okay. Let's make some rules here. So first about English. Yeah, we try to speak in English, but it's not like if you speak in Indonesian, that will be a sin and you go to hell. No, so you don't have to worry. If you say Indonesia, you don't have to like ask permission I want to speak in Indonesian. It's okay, right? So just the general why the reason we use English first
Mhm.
is yeah, it's a learning experience. Okay, again, it's a learning experience. It doesn't mean this is not a TOEFL test. It doesn't mean that you speak one word of Indonesian and then you get out of the room and you failed. No, it's not. Okay, again, first and foremost, this is a learning experience. That is the goal of this internship. Okay, it's not a pass or fail test or something. No, as long as you do the tasks and you follow the process, you will always pass. Okay, the one that can make you fail is that you are gone for 2 months and without saying anything. That's a fail. But as long as you do the process, even if in my own criteria, even if you spend 2 months reporting errors, that is still a success. Okay, at least then you are a very good error reporter. Yeah, then you will be a very good reporter. Okay, so that's the first thing. So yeah, because being a technical writer is is a good skill that most companies also value. Okay, the ability to create, record a good structured error report with diagnosis, this error, and the steps that are need to be done to make that error report is very good because this is real in practice. In any software development company or maybe in any engineering company, about 90% of the time and effort is spent on diagnosing a problem, not on solving the problem. It's spent on diagnosing the problem. And
Yeah.
you can also see that I think it works on all kinds of fields. In COVID-19, a lot of effort is spent on testing people. Okay, if we already know uh, who got the COVID-19 with 100% accuracy, it will be very easy, okay, to solve this COVID-19 problem. But the very
Yeah.
big problem is because we don't know which one has the COVID-19, which one does not have. So that's why we have this like
Yeah.
work from home. Okay, if we can quarantine
Mhm.
everyone that has COVID-19, there is no work from home. Okay, there is no,
Oh yeah.
there's no this.
Right. Right.
Okay, so that's one thing I want to say to you is that diagnosing a problem, showing errors, showing your experience is is very good. Okay, so no problem with English or Indonesian, no problem uh, with the things that you're working and it's not working. So also okay. And one more thing that I want to share with you is that there are always priorities. Okay, I would want you to think that other things other than the core priorities are like bonuses. Okay, so so get this Rasa platform NLU. No, not the NLU part. Rasa platform simple intense workflow working, and then if you want to experiment with Python or you want to experiment with NLU and so on, those are bonuses. Those are optional. If they make you happy, if they make you enjoyable, uh, that would be great. Sometimes I do that. Okay, sometimes I do things that are more difficult than should be, but I enjoy doing that. Okay, it's like a challenge, but it will not make me stressful because it's not working. And my most important point today, I would say, is that you can ask me anytime. Okay, I'm also a resource. You can chat, you can send a screenshot, you can record a video, of course, anytime. And if you think that's an urgent thing to be solved, then I would also try to help you to solve your problem. Okay. So you said that you started working yesterday, and actually you can describe your errors. Okay. I did not ask you what the errors were, but maybe I should next time. Maybe I should. Who knows that you will answer? Okay, who knows that? Maybe I will try. I will try. I will try.
No, I think I should report it. I think it's my job.
Okay,
Report
because
it.
My assumption is that um, you should try to be proactive. Yeah, you should try to be proactive because um, I would say that when you work in a company, uh, your manager is actually ready for you at any time. Okay, when time allows, and um, they will never like stop you from doing it. Okay, they will never stop you from reporting your problems. Okay, they are actually, your managers are very interested in knowing your problems or also your successes, of course. Okay, and uh, and you can actually do it anytime, pay anytime, because for example, we are using uh, a chat, and it doesn't matter if you share it at 2 a.m. in the morning and so on, because your manager or me can have a choice to reply at any time. So you don't need to delay, or you don't need to feel like this will be so basically don't hesitate. Okay, basically don't hesitate. Okay, so that will be it. uh, the problem is because the one who knows whether you want to ask for help or you want to report something is you.
Yeah.
Although I can ask, but I also have a uh, I also have a concern that maybe by me asking you when you are still working or something, and then you feel, why is he asking me every day? I want to work, don't ask me every day. Okay. Maybe, okay,
Okay.
maybe you feel that
I'll
way,
report it.
but maybe not. Okay, maybe you feel that way, but maybe not. But maybe during the next week I will try to ask you. But if you don't
No,
like that,
I
then
just report. I'll try to report whether it's the good or the bad.
Hmm.
Yeah, I kind of feel I'm also like not really active because um, I also seldom actually I only use like my phone when I have like intention, like for example to play game or actually to ask you. That I feel I'm also very inactive.
Hmm.
That's why I think I have to be more proactive. That's right. Maybe I'll report if I have good or bad news.
Okay.
I'll keep update. But actually my working hours set is
Hmm.
actually at night. So
Hmm.
I think, is it okay? So like you said
Yeah,
before, don't hesitate. So
it is okay. It is okay. Yeah, because I am also a human being. Okay, that means that I have autonomy on what my responses are
mhm.
based on other people. Okay, I cannot control my input, but I can control my output because there is processing here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically for input,
Okay, sir.
like I said before, uh, you do not need to hesitate because there will always be processing on my part. It doesn't matter to me what are you sending, or uh, at what time and so on. It doesn't matter if you send me like 100 pages of document something. Yeah, it doesn't matter because why? Because well, I can save 100 pages on the phone. It doesn't make the phone crash. It doesn't make the computer crash. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
So yeah, more is better this time. More is better.
Okay, so is that all, sir?
Yeah.
About the conclusion? Or
Okay.
okay. So now the agenda is to give rating to this meeting. I'll rate this 8.
Okay. I'll make this a 6. Yeah.